yourself to the board members.
So my name is Shubham Sinha. I was born and brought up in Dumka, Jharkhand. My initial schooling took place in Dumka itself. After that, I pursued BTech from Electrical and Electronics Engineering from NIT Jamshedpur. Post which I worked for L&T Construction for 2 years, and since then I have been pursuing and trying to get into the civil services.
This is going to be your third attempt.
Yes.
And you also applied for BPSC.
Yes.
Twice. Did you write mains?
Yes.
How many times?
2 means.
2 times. You did not get the call for interview. Okay. Tell me the difference between BPSC and UPSC. What's the difference?
So the first would be the exam pattern. I think UPSC checks the subjects. I mean, individual subjects are taken into separate papers in UPSC, and BPSC combines many subjects into one. So that would be one difference. The second would be that the duration of the examination in UPSC is it goes on for around 2 weeks. That is Saturday, Sunday of the first week and the next week also. BPSC takes the exam in continuous manner, so that is one of the differences. So the another thing is that the BPSC recruits for the state services, whereas the UPSC it recruits for the central government services.
Who is the present chairman of UPSC?
I'm sorry, sir, I cannot recall the full name.
Chairman of BPSC.
I'm sorry, sir.
What would be your salary when you get into this BPSC?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware, but it would be nearly about 55,000.
Tell me one thing, Shubham. Supposing you are going for an interview in a private organization. So, when you go for that interview, will you first know that what would be the salary package there, or how much salary you are supposed to get, or how much salary you expect?
Yes, sir, definitely.
So why not in this civil service? Why you should not know the exact salary that you are going to get once you come into the service?
Sir, I mean exactly I'm not aware because the various components of the salary are getting changed. So the salary which I said to you was around 1 year back when I checked it.
Do you have any idea about the grade pay scale?
Yes, sir. Some idea I have. So the examination which I gave, that is BPSC 66th, it recruits for 2 types of scales. That is one is of grade 7, that is of 44,900 basically, and another is of level 9, that is of I think 53,100. But I am not very sure about 53,100. This figure is near about 53.
Tell me, where is Trobriand Island?
Can I take a second, sir? Yes, sir. Sir, the Trobriand Islands are in the Pacific Ocean. That is near to Australia.
Okay. Tell me something about something related to Trobriand Island, which you studied in anthropology.
Yes, sir. So the Trobriand Islands were studied by a group of anthropologists who went there to see the differences that are there in the lives of tribals and the non-tribals. These were basically the evolutionists, earlier evolutionists, and they studied the languages, the descent, the clan, and the religion of the people.
Primitive people had no idea about life and death. Primitive people had no idea about ego.
Yes.
Primitive people had no idea about dream. Right? So what they used to think regarding all these, like ego, dream, life and death?
So one of the theories that was put forward was that they considered life into a separate parameters as such. They thought that when people sleep, they go into another state of mind, and they could see the dead people there. That was regarding the dreams. With respect to the other two, sir, I have not read.
Primitive people used to at times bite the dead body of a person.
I'm sorry, sir, I have not read.
No idea. No idea about that.
Sorry.
Okay. What is white magic?
So the white magic, there are basically two types of magics. One is black magic that is done to harm the other people, and another is white magic that is done to bring welfare in general to the people. One example I can recall is that some tribal groups they throw the stones which produce a rumbling sound because they believe that by doing that it will be very similar to the cloud thunder, and it will bring rainfall and prosperity in the region.
That is not white magic. What is white magic? And who is associated with this white magic? The anthropologist, name of the anthropologist.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, what is homeopathic magic and what is like attracts like?
Sir, homeopathic magic, sir, I'm not able to remember. But the next one, that is like attracts like, it is used. I mean, in general sense, I know that it is used in black magic, where the I'm sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay, why those primitive people used to perform magic?
Sir, they believed in the supernatural, and they thought that by doing magic, they could get their blessing and get their work done.
So, in what sense magic is different from religion? Because religion is also during those days performed with this thinking that it's going to help them.
Sir, religion and magic, sir, there would be one basic difference that by magic, people think that they can control the outcome, and by religion, they just hope and pray to the Almighty that.
You must have read E.B. Tyler.
Yes.
And he talked about animism.
Yes.
What is that animism?
Sir, animism is a form of primitive religion in which everything on this earth is considered to have a soul, and that is.
So then, Shubham, if every society, as you are saying, E.B. Tyler said that every society there will be a concept of soul.
Yes.
So if soul is the earliest form of religion, then of course there will be a soul worship, ancestor worship.
Yes.
But very few societies in the world, India, maybe China, and maybe Bangladesh, and some other countries maybe having this ancestor worship. And rest of the countries in the world, they have no concept of ancestor worship. Then how do you say, or in what sense, E.B. Tyler said that soul is the earliest form of religion?
I'm sorry, sir, I haven't thought in.
This sedition law is news recently.
Yes.
So what's the issue and why it is in news?
So the last news that I can recall is it was used against some of the people who use the media in a wrong way, and that was to excite people to go against the government. It was on that basis that some of the people were arrested on this law.
Okay. And what is the law?
So the law states that any disaffection towards the state can be punished. But the Supreme Court in this regard has clearly stated that it cannot be just the dissent, it should be an action that can destabilize the states.
The Supreme Court has interpreted this article, this section of
Yes.
IPC.
Yes.
Yeah, or it has asked the central government to re-examine this law.
Sir, it has asked to re-examine, but also it has given some guidelines, and what it said was the guidelines. That only the dissent should not be considered as defective.
Okay. Now, tell me, in the Bihar, what is Jan Jeevan Haryali mission?
Yes, sir. It is a mission to promote sustainable development, in which the Bihar government is taking various measures, and one of the measures is planting a lot of trees, so that to ensure that the ecosystem as a whole is restored.
So, what is the current forest cover in Bihar?
Sir, it is less than 10%. Sir. I'm not aware of the exact data.
Okay. And which district of Bihar has the highest forest cover?
Sir, it's West Champaran.
West, are you sure it's West Champaran?
So the last forest survey named it to be West Champaran. This forest survey I have not got a chance to repeat.
Okay. Can you name some of the tribes of Bihar?
Sir, one would be Santals. They are found in the Bhagalpur and near about region in Purnia also. Another would be Oraons are also found.
And where do we find these Tharus tribes?
Yes. So the Tharu tribes are found near to the Nepal borders. The part of the Bihar which touches the Nepal border, in those districts, Tharu tribes.
Okay. There is these Tharus tribes are different from other the indigenous tribes of the
Yes,
Bihar.
yes.
So what's the difference?
Sir, if I compare the two tribes which I said, Santals and Tharus, the Santals are very much into the mainstream. So they are, they are gaining education, they are going into the common services jobs, whereas the socio-economic development of the Tharu tribes have not yet been rapid, intensified. So they still are in their initial forms of occupation and living.
Now tell me the last question. Three impacts of globalization on tribal society.
Sir, on a whole, globalization has a negative impact, and two of the negative impacts that I can recall right now is that one, their culture seems to have been, it is deteriorating. They are not able to preserve that, and the westernization and the modernization are, bringing homogeneity into that. And the second is that it has created more number of gods in their religion, like the impact of Hinduism creeping into that, and the other religions also like Christianity are. So they are keeping their previous gods and adding on to that by worshipping Jesus or Rama and Shiva, like that. One positive impact I can say, sir, is that recently the government has brought in an organization called as TriFed, so which is helping them to economically unite and work in a cooperative manner so that their economic prosperity be maintained.
Shubham,
Yes.
can you tell me some of the vestigial organs of humans?
Sir, one is appendix.
One is the
Appendix.
appendix.
Yes.
Why it's vestigial now?
Sir, because the scientists do not find it useful as in the process of digestion. So it is believed that in the earlier stages of human, the appendix might have had some important use, and now with the evolutionary process, it has become
What
useful.
kind of use?
Sir, I'm not very specific.
Okay. Tell me something about the Digital India mission.
The Digital India Mission is the flagship scheme of the government in which the government is trying to promote e-governance through various digital means like connecting the panchayats with the broadband. In Bihar, sir, we currently have 90% of the gram panchayats connected with broadband, so that the services of the government that can be delivered to the people using the digital means.
Before this Digital India, it was initiated in the year, this Digital India mission,
So 2014-15.
2014-15, and the major impetus is on connecting of the gram
Gram
panchayats.
panchayats.
Now, was this an original scheme or was it continuing before that, the connection of the gram panchayats?
It was before also, sir.
Before also.
Yes.
So, what is name of that particular project under the Digital India mission of
Sorry.
connecting the gram panchayats?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
And what was the earlier name? What was the earlier scheme? As you told, it was
Yes,
going
sir,
on.
it was earlier. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay, what are some other steps involved in this whole Digital India mission? Rather, one you told, that
Yes,
connection of the gram panchayats.
The second is, sir, the broadband means the bandwidth connection is improved so that the net speed and all that the people are facing problems that can be rectified. The second is that customer support centers have been built. That is by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology at various local levels, so that the people can visit them, and they can be helped by the members there, that are there in the customer service centers for having access to various government schemes.
शुभम, ये इंटरव्यू इज ओवर. ठीक है, वेरी गुड कैंडिडेट है ना, आपका चांसेस है हो जाने के इस बार. थोड़ा बहुत मुझे लगता है कि आपको एंथ्रोपोलॉजी मतलब बेसिक्स
Yes.
बेसिक्स आप देख लीजिएगा थोड़ा. बाकी आई थिंक सिलेक्शन एक्ट का जो है उसमें भी आपने
You are aware of the thing, but you are not updated.
अपडेटेड नहीं है आप, है ना, तो उसको आप देख लीजिएगा, है ना, क्योंकि करंट अफेयर्स है.
Yes.
उसमें तो हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि हमें पता नहीं. और इनफैक्ट आप जो बोल रहे थे वो भी ठीक नहीं था, पर देख लीजिएगा जो एक्ट में एग्जैक्टली क्या लिखा
जी.
हुआ है वो नहीं था जो आपने बोला है. अदरवाइज ठीक है, आपका प्रेजेंटेशन ठीक है, सब कुछ ठीक है.
Sir, one thing I wanted to ask you. Sir, I think that I am fluctuating in while delivery of the things. Sir, will it have a very major impact on my interview?
नहीं, as such नहीं.
And sir, what would you give me if you were to give me marks on the basis of this interview? How much would you give me?
65%.